eating what's left of my dinner on my plate, so I'm poking it with my foot. This, yeah. Bad moral. Hello, yes. Raw is Jericho, or War, or just Raw now. This aired on the 15th of the 9th, 14. If you're in a sensible country that does dates in the right order. Raw kicks off with Paul Heyman in the ring, and he's describing what's going to happen. Cena's going to come down, Brock Lesnar's going to win and conquer. Jab the cat. Excuse me, 1 second. Let's just move this plate over here. Okay. Yes, John Cena then comes out, and he is none too happy with Mr. Paul Heyman. And he's asking, where's Lesnar? And Heyman's like, you wanted him! You wanted him! Here comes the pain! Points to the Titantron. Cena looks, he's ready for a fight, and then Heyman starts laughing. Brock Lesnar's personal plane has been delayed due to technical reasons. But he will be there, surely. Probably, maybe. And then Cena gets right in Paul Heyman's face as he's trying to leave, and Paul Heyman's like, ow! Ow! And tells him, I warned you. I told you either I'm going to fight Brock Lesnar or I'm going to fight you. And he's going to wait, he's going to give him half the show, 80 minutes, to produce Brock Lesnar, or he's going to fight Paul Heyman. And just as I was saying to my friend, that gives him an hour and a half to just leave the building. No, not Saved by the Bell. Leave the building. John Cena jumps in front of Paul Heyman and stops him. And then gets him in a headlock and takes him to the back. So I'm going to presume... oh, my voice... Blah, 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 blah. My lips are rubber today. Keep messing up. I'm going to presume that John Cena is going to hold Paul Heyman in a headlock for an hour and a half until this happens. I hope we don't see John Cena again and he comes back with Paul Heyman in his arms, or we go to an interview with John Cena and he gets interviewed while he's got Paul Heyman in a headlock. Please, just let this happen. But yeah, opening segment, not the best ever promos together, but it's nice and short, so hopefully we'll be following a match. Let's see how disappointed I am. Okay, oh, wait 1 second. Okay, so John Cena threw Heyman into his dressing room, and then the Great Khali, who happened to be standing around, is then told in Punjabi to watch him and don't let him out, and then he just stands in front of the door. Did you know the Great Khali was a policeman? How goddamn terrifying would he be as a policeman? Just like patrolling around, like you do a little petty theft, you steal from a shop and then you just got the Great Khali as a policeman. That would be terrifying. And our first match is Kane versus Chris Jericho! As much as Kane's sort of stock as an in-ring performer has sort of plummeted in the last couple of months, yeah, he's still just solid. He's a solid base to work off, and when you're like as good as Jericho, you can really work with him. It was a good opening match. Both of them got a bit battered. Jericho got a cut over his chin, Kane at the side of his face a bit scratched up. But yeah, good, satisfying match, and Jericho gets the win. Makes sense. Why on earth would Kane win at this point in time? He's not very good. Even when he suddenly puts the mask on and gets superpowers, yeah, his stock has fallen. I prefer him in this sort of corporate, get beaten up role. It makes sense at this time, because he just can't pull off unstoppable monster anymore. And yeah, Jericho getting a win over the corporation. Well, the Authority. New name for the corporation. Yeah, not much to say about that. How did the cameraman get past the Great Khali to get into John Cena's changing room to record Paul Heyman? Or was there just a cameraman was already in there when John Cena threw in Paul Heyman? But he can't get in contact with Brock Lesnar, which is actually fairly legit, because Lesnar doesn't like having phones in his house. So he has like a phone that's a mile down his drive, some crazy shit like that, because he really, really hates people. And I agree, people suck. Apart from people I like. Okay, and I'll try and speak over the sound of Renee Young's ovaries exploding after talking to Roman Reigns. They've really started to get his promo style down, which is just quiet, steady talking about how he's gonna ball up his fist. And he's just gonna punch Seth Rollins in the face as many times as it takes until his knuckles bleed. Just that low, cool voice, threatening, and you believe he can do it. That's what you need. This is the best sort of characterization they can do for him. Okay, we get a good, solid match between Bo Dallas and Jack Swagger. This story has been building up. I assume they just haven't made it to the pay-per-view then if we got this match here. Swagger wins, but the story of the match was good, back and forth, but the crowd were really into Bo Dallas. Even against this major American gimmick that Jack Swagger has adopted over the past couple of months. You were getting loads and loads of "We believe, we believe." And then at one point you even had "We the people, we believe, we the..." That's good. I like the crowd are really getting into the characters again. This is what we need. Mid-carders and low-level people that the crowd really give a damn about. Commentators, you could really be doing a better job of getting people into the match instead of just talking about random war statistics, and if Zeb Coulter's been in a war for 100 years himself, fighting for both sides, just how about you actually say what's going on in the ring so the people at home will be more interested. If you act like you're not interested, the people at home will probably not be as interested. That's how the thing works. That's why, by gosh, Slobberknocker! At every opportunity made things more exciting than, King, this is talking with my buddies over here. There's a match going on. Pay attention to it. But Jack Swagger wins with an ankle lock, but it was a competitive match. Doesn't hurt Bo Dallas, this loss, and I believe. Okay, good women's match. It's an odd pairing. You get Brie and AJ versus Paige and Nikki. Let's be honest, nobody really knows who's heel and face in this. Everyone's sort of tweeners. Wow. Okay, Nikki is blatantly heel just because she's a bitch, but Brie is just a natural bitch, but she's meant to be a face. But the real faces are AJ and Paige, who are both heel faces. But yeah. Anyway, it's literally Paige versus Brie Bella for this match. And a solid match. Paige is getting the offense like the goddamn champion should, and making her look really strong. And she's just beating up Brie. Brie manages to come back. They both go for the tags, but Nikki's already ran her way around the ring, jiggling, and then yanks AJ off the apron, literally lands her on her face, and then Paige just kills Brie with the rampage. Love it. Cradle DDT. Beautiful. Clean win by the champion, making her look really strong. Nikki being devious. This is what Nikki needs. She's not going to out-wrestle Paige or AJ, but she can easily take advantage of a situation. That's the story they should be playing, and they're doing it right here. I am waiting for now or on SmackDown for Brie to be added to this match to make it a fatal four-way, but at the moment looks like it's sticking with the triple threat, which I want to see more, because maybe that gives more chance for Paige and AJ to keep the title, and then Nikki can buck off into her own storyline again. But no, but this Diva section was good. Compared to the last few they've had, Brie is not a good actor or actress, because she is just so happy to be out there in the ring, even though Nikki's destroyed her life the last few weeks. But she's just like, yeah, Brie mode! Own theme song! What the fuck is Brie mode? What is it? It's just... I'm gonna start talking all like... Oh, Nikki! Brie mode! Nikki! That's... I don't know. I bet Daniel Bryan knows what Brie mode is. I'm talking about sex. Rawr. Paul Heyman has now resorted to just rocking back and forward in John Cena's locker room, because he's been locked in there now for what must have been almost an hour. My God! In a room for an hour? What torture is this? What did you say? Heyman tries leaving the room. He's met, of course, with the Great Khali, who's in the bouncer position. And he's like, I really would like to go over there and try my phone in a different reception. And then Great Khali just grabs him, and then Paul Heyman's like, another one putting their hands on me. And then Great Khali takes the phone and is like, "Bah!" And then drops the phone, and it smashes. And then he stamps on it, and then Paul Heyman is thrown back into the room. And then the Great Khali picks up a piece of the phone and is, "Oh, what? Hello, there's no reception on here. Undertaker. I'll be honest. Great Khali has a really, really good use as a comedy character. He had an amazing thing a year ago when he was like Natty's boyfriend, and he had this thing where he was sent to hide in the locker room to try and get information, and he dressed as Rey Mysterio and was like, "Oh, Rey Mysterio." And then he had another week where he tried hiding in the locker room dressed as Cody Rhodes wearing a moustache and was, "I am Stooge." They just need to use him in these kind of roles again. More comedy for the Great Khali. It works. And Bray Wyatt basically loses clean to the Big Show. Yeah, of course, the Wyatt family get in before actually the 3 count happens, but they were at 2, so Bray basically lost to the Big Show. The Wyatt family have been booked badly. They need to be built up. Like, he got the win over Jericho, but they weren't decisive wins. He's just... They just keep doing this whole Wyatt family thing, which is fine. But when 3 of them working together can't beat one guy, it just makes them look pathetic. And even though it's the Big Show, still, they should be, like, a bit stronger against him. Like, even when they worked together, they basically lost the Big Show. Bray almost got pinned, then rolled out the ring, and then the 2 others got chokeslammed. They just got beaten up by one guy. That's not how you make someone strong. Please, just... need to do something. He needs to go back to how he was in the beginning, where he's just doing random attacks. They don't just have to do a run-in here and there, but just backstage attacks and stuff. And then just leave Bray to do just a solid match. Use them if it's necessary, if you can think of something different to do. But if they're just doing the same thing every time, it's just boring. And I have to admit, I'm starting to lose interest in Bray just because they're doing nothing with him. Okay, a really good, solid 6-man tag. Sheamus and the Usos versus Stardust. I know that's actually only the name of Stardust, but it seems like it fits as a team name because it has both aspects. Or Gold Star? Makes them sound like Cowboys. Anyway, Stardust and Cesaro. Yeah, everyone gets a good amount of time in this match, and then just in the last couple of minutes of this match, it just accelerates, and there's just everyone knocking each other out, hitting moves and roll-ups and flying Usos pointing at the fans. Hey, as he's flying over the top rope. And then eventually they catch Cesaro with a splash, and the Usos, the champions team, because all 3 of those men were champions, Night of Champions. I like Night of Champions as a thing. A night where every single title has to be on the line. That's a good thing for a pay-per-view. Get rid of Hell in the Cell, because that doesn't make sense as a pay-per-view. Because it's just like, we could just be starting a feud, but we need a Hell in the Cell match because time dictates it. That should be like a feud ender. Or at least plan a feud so it ends at Hell in the Cell. Shocking. Booking. Regardless. Good match. Sets up our feuds going into Night Champions. And the champions get the win looking nice and strong. That's what you need. Okay, so Randy Orton versus Chris Jericho at Night of Champions. Now, this is an odd one. Because it literally came around because of last week. Randy Orton attacked him because, what else can I say? Season premiere of something that never stopped and never starts, because it's always on! Doesn't make any sense. But I'm quite happy for a Jericho-Orton feud, but it just seems weird that both Bray is starting with the Big Show, and Orton is starting with Jericho, literally the Raw before Night of Champions. They're starting their rivalry the day before a pay-per-view, basically. That just seems an odd time to start storyline. So I don't know if they had planned to carry on, but then they thought Bray and Jericho should end in a big cage match, and that'll be a good thing for a season premiere. Whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, it just seems odd to me.
Oh, yes.
Well, John Cena has collected Paul Heyman from his changing rooms and is dragging him out into the ring. Okay, John Cena's dragged Paul Heyman into the ring, and this is a good promo. Paul Heyman just is saying anything he can, tries even scurrying away, and John Cena's being all proud, and then Heyman realises Cena was bluffing. He won't hit an old pathetic man. And then he starts ripping into John Cena's personality. He even starts taunting him, telling him to hit me. Just like when Batman was charging at the Joker. It's like, hit me! Hit me! But Cena won't do it. He won't rise to hate. In very sort of hushed tones, just tells Paul Heyman he's pathetic. And then as he goes to leave, Heyman talks about John Cena's mama. You don't talk about his mama like that. And he gets back in the ring and shoves Paul Heyman out. And then you hear it. And our champion walks down, does a few teases of walking away, but then he's like, you know what, fuck it, you want to fight? Let's have a fight. Gives the belt to Heyman, gets in the ring, and German suplexes John Cena and kicks him out of the ring, showing that he is dominant. He's kicked him out, and then he turns his back, goes to walk away. John Cena dives into the ring, throws Brock Lesnar out, and is just punching and kicking and throwing him into objects. And he's just, this is a really real sort of blows and connects. This is like, they're sort of playing up. He may have broken Brock Lesnar's nose in this exchange, and Lesnar is sort of selling his nose, if it is selling, and it's proper like, I'm trying to get proper breath. And then like 50 guys run down to rip Cena off of Lesnar and hold him back while Lesnar walks away. And John Cena is, I'll see you Sunday. So Cena looking strong, come back after his beatdown, but Lesnar equally still looking strong and dominant. He still managed to force John Cena into that German suplex. Oh, which way will it go? Which way will it go? I really hope Brock Lesnar keeps the title just because I think it's a change and something different. If John Cena wins it, I just can't really see any interesting programs in it. But if Lesnar wins, you can push up some people, give Lesnar a couple of wins in a row, save him for WrestleMania. But it all depends on those dates and how long they can go without a champion. I know Vince McMahon sort of said something along the lines of he's ready to like really start kicking ass on Raw and a new direction for it, but who knows? Only time will tell. And me, I'll tell you specifically. You, not you. You. So, we've travelled back in time about 3-4 months to when the Funkadactyls split up and Naomi and Cameron started having a rivalry. Apparently she went down to NXT. Thank God I never even saw her there. There is a particular thing in wrestling. In order to beat an opponent, there are two main ways for you to like physically beat them, not cheating, nothing like that. One, you put them into a submission move that they either tap out or say they submit to. The other way is pinfall. Now, one of the first ever things. Actually, no. You never even get taught it in training, because anyone that goes to wrestling training knows you pin an opponent on their back. No situation should have I ever had in my training, when I was wrestling training, with complete new people, have they ever done what Cameron has done on live television, on the grandest, biggest stage of them all, the WWE, where you have an opponent face down, you do a move, and then you tell the ref. It would have been fine if she had hit it, waited a little bit, realised she had the pin. It was made worse by the fact she was like, counter ref, and the ref is just like, out of all them, you literally looked at your opponent, did a leg drop onto her back. There is no reason you should be thinking anything else other than she is on her front. I can understand if you did a moonsault off the top rope where you lose sight of an opponent, hit them, maybe you lost sight. But this was a leg drop staring at the opponent, and then you ask the referee to count when her face is down? Naomi, you're a good wrestler. I wish you had a lot better opponents. No, Murrell, you're not going to eat the dinner I had. But please, Cameron, do me one big favour. You and Eva Marie, just get on a plane. I don't care where this plane is going. And fuck off! Fuck off! You do not belong in a wrestling ring. You do not belong on my beloved NXT. And you don't belong in my life. Be gone! Oh, I really enjoy the Dolph Ziggler and Miz feud right now. And especially now that Dolph Ziggler has an identical stunt double. As in our Ziggler. And then you got Miz and Sandow, which you can tell the difference because they've got beards. But Ziggler and his stunt double, just identical. Not a single defining feature different from them. It's stupid, but I really enjoy this. And I don't know if Jerry the King's in on the joke, because he doesn't seem to quite get it. As Michael Cole and JBL are just ganging up on him and ripping the piss out of him. Because they're just like, you can't tell them apart. Who's in the ring? Is it R or is it Ziggler? Who could it be? No, Murrell. I could avoid this whole situation by taking my plate out so my cat wouldn't keep trying to eat this meal. But I'm too lazy to do that. So I'm just going to move this plate again. Anyway, yeah. Michael Cole and JBL are just ripping it out of King for not getting it. And then King's like, well, that's obviously the Miz. It's like, of course it's not. It's Damien Sandow, the beard, you fool. But yeah, Ziggler gets in the win in the end, and it's just a really good back and forth. And yeah, champion looks strong going in, and you got Miz, and then of course Ziggler and Miz Down are going to be there as well. I can't wait. I think this should be a fun match on the pay-per-view. But please let Ziggler retain the title. He brings some legitimacy to it, because he's someone that people want to see. That means he should be shown more. A fantastic, what should be main event. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. I truly think that we are looking in a year or so time at a main event of a lot of pay-per-views. These two worked well together, and they're both really good. I noticed in this match that Roman Reigns is starting to get a slight Cena reaction. Especially, it was the most obvious when he was going for the Superman punch, and quite a audio amount of boos were heard as he was getting ready for this to hit Seth Rollins. Because Seth is just popular with the indie crowd. He's an ROH guy. Very popular. Roman Reigns is sort of getting the sort of special treatment. The treatment that got John Cena booed. A treatment that certain people like Batista got him booed. It's not always good to be the favourite. But Roman Reigns is solid. He's getting better and better all the time. He's getting better with his character, getting better with his moves and in-ring work. And Seth is just a phenomenal guy, can take him to a really good match. Can't wait to see a rematch of this on the weekend. Happy to see that on a pay-per-view. But yeah, nice counters. Thought Seth Rollins was going for a Pepsi plunge off the top rope, but no, it turned into a Samoan drop, but then it turned into a powerbomb, and very impressive, getting Roman Reigns up for a powerbomb and running across the ring and delivering the corner powerbomb to him. Very impressed with his strength. And yeah, these guys are the future. That sort of has me less worried with these two main eventers, and then you've got... the match was dedicated to the memory of Dean Ambrose. That's what apparently Roman Reigns said, no whenever, according to Michael Cole. It's like, he's not dead. Sure as hell hope he's not dead. But yeah, these three guys, these are going to be three top guys. As long as nothing goes wrong, these are our future. And I'm happy with that. I want to be wrapping up now. This was a main event. What the fuck is going to follow this? I assume in probably about 15 minutes I'm going to be on this camera again ranting. Well, that had no right to be the main event of Raw. Yeah. This should have been on beforehand. This was just... America, America, America! America, America, flag! America, flag! America, flag! Pancakes! America, flag! America, pancakes! Burgers! America! Flag! America! America! Flag! Pancakes! Literally, that was his promo. Yeah, this is literally the same angle they've done. Just like, America, we're Russian, Putin, blah, 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 blah. As my friend pointed out, basically, if you just watch Rocky IV, you know this whole promo. That's it. Just watch Rocky IV, and then just, instead of the actual fight between Rocky and Ivan, just replace it with Mark Henry versus Rusev. Or just watch Rocky IV. It's a good film. I really enjoy it. Watch Rocky IV. Watch Rocky III as well. That's got Mr. T in Clubber Lang, and it's also got Hulk Hogan as Thunderlips, the Ultimate Male. Hulk Hogan is fighting Sylvester Stallone. Just ignore this last segment and go and watch Rocky 1 to 5, maybe the 6th one. I've not actually seen that one. I do need to see that one. And then just watch the Expendables as well. Just ignore this last segment. Anyway, tell me if you like Rocky IV or not, and if you like this Raw. I actually quite like it. If they just moved this segment earlier in the show, it would have been fine. All the matches for Night of Champions are set up, even though if it's really kind of late for some of them, literally having 1 to 2 week builds. But I still think it should be an interesting show. They had kind of a Raw that was a big deal, which ended some feuds. So I'm glad they're going in different directions. And we'll see what happens Monday, and I will let you know what happens. Night Champions review next week. At some point. Probably Monday. After it happens. That's when I'm likely to do it. Okay. Good talk. And leave comments, this Facebook thing where we can have chats as well if you want to just have a quick chat about the things. That's, what is my Facebook? Black White Soul YT, as in like YouTube, YT.com, and you should find me. Frankly, if you put that into a search engine, I think if you put Black White Soul into a search engine, I almost come up literally #1 in Google. I'm pretty sure that's a thing I looked up. But until next time, like, subscribe, and TTFN. Pancakes, America, America, pancakes, America. Do you know what these pancakes taste of? Syrup.